Hey there mamas, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Christy and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. One is just joining us, and I'm super excited to share my thoughts on this new baby gadget. I'm not really big into baby gadgets, so this is a new thing for me, but I decided to try the Baby Brezza Sterilizer, and so I wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on that. Baby Aubrey is going to be joining me in this particular video. She is not napping without her mama next to her, so bear with us throughout this video. I also have some notes on my phone that I wrote down with all of my thoughts, my pros and my cons when it comes to this gadget. So let me go ahead and get those pulled up. So this is the Baby Brezza Sterilizer. It is a 2-in-1 machine where you can sterilize and dry your bottles. So I am exclusively pumping right now. I do need to sterilize my pump parts throughout the day. I am pumping quite a lot of times throughout the day and throughout the evening. So having something like this where I'm not having to boil a bunch of things and stand up, getting things done helps cut down on the time I am using on cleaning bottles and pumping parts. And I'm able to focus on other things like cuddling with baby Aubrey. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the things that I really like about this gadget. So the Baby Brezza obviously is really large, and that can actually be a pro and a con. So I'm able to fit in a lot of stuff into this thing. Not only does it hold 6 bottles, but I can pack in things like my for my flanges for my pump, any kind of small parts for my pump, pacifiers, anything like that. I can just throw and stack into this thing. It can hold a lot of stuff, but it does take up a lot of space. So that's kind of like a pro and a con with it being so big. But unlike other drying things out there, it holds a lot more bottles. So that's definitely a pro for me. Also, another pro is that it sterilizes as well as dries. So a lot of different things that I looked at will dry the bottles, or excuse me, will sterilize the bottles but not dry them. So you're left with a bunch of wet bottles that you still have to wait more time to dry. This thing dries super fast. And you know, just throw it in and you can kind of forget about it for a while until it's time to use a bottle again. It only takes about 8 minutes to dry the bottles in here, which is super quick, instead of just hanging them on a rack and waiting for something to dry. And it takes about 30 minutes to sterilize. Now if you have a bunch of stuff in here, you can actually change it to take a little bit more time as well. So usually I put it on the 45-minute setting just to make sure it gets very, very clean. It does promise to get rid of at least 99.9% of germs, and that's something I can definitely get behind as a mom of a little one. Now, one of the things I do not like about this thing is that you have to kind of like take all of this off in order to fill it up. So as a mom, I'm doing a lot of things with one hand, so that can kind of be an inconvenience for me. And so I wish there was like something easy accessible where you can just pour the water in, but you do have to take everything out to pour the water in the bottom of this system. You do have the option of just drying or just sterilizing, or you can also set it so that it does it both in the same cycle, which I use all the time. As long as the lid is closed, the items stay sterilized for 24 hours. As soon as you open it up, then you know it has potential to get germs on it, but it will hold the sterilization for 24 hours while still covered. One of the things that I have read in other reviews is that it can rust, and I'll show you the inside of that where it is starting to stain a little bit. And I mean, it kind of is expected when you have water and something hitting a metal surface all the time. Another thing I would kind of like is if it was a bigger reservoir to fill up, so I don't have to fill it up every single time I have to use it. It's such a small depth, and you do have to refill it, and you have to use distilled water. So that is something to consider. You can't just use regular water. You do need to use distilled water. to sterilize it with. And comparable to other sterilizers, you can't just throw the bottles and things in there. You do have to kind of strategically place things in there, so that does take a little bit of extra time as well. But overall, I think it's pretty much worth the price. For me, for the convenience of it, it does have a price tag of about $99. For me, it is worth it because I have to sterilize everything all the time. So for me, I think it is worth it. I do like it. It comes in handy for me throughout the day, like I said, because I have to use it so much. I definitely get my money's worth with this. So there are a lot of sterilizers out there, but not a sterilizer and a dryer, and something that works super fast. So I'm gonna give the Baby Brezza Sterilizer a big thumbs up. So if you are a mom who doesn't want to spend the extra time waiting for your bottles to dry after you've sterilized them, or having to boil them or wait for them to get all clean, then this is something that you should definitely take a look into investing in. I definitely think it is worth it. But yeah, so those are my thoughts about the Baby Brezza Sterilizer. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. I will have this link down below. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning into today's video. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, definitely do so. And baby Aubrey and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.